VECNA raises his skeletal hand, whispering forbidden incantations that chill the very air. A tendril of dark energy erupts from his fingertips, slamming into the adventurers and sending them sprawling. Pyra's flames flicker and die in the suffocating presence of VECNA's magic, while Thoradin's armor smokes and sizzles under the intense heat of the attack. Seraph collapses to her knees, clutching her holy symbol, and Wisp seethes in agony, barely able to hold on to consciousness.
I summon a sphere of molten lava to hurl at VECNA, aiming to disrupt his concentration and break his connection to the dark energy. Feel the heat of true power, VECNA.
I grunt and push myself to my feet, stepping in front of Seraph and raising my shield to block any incoming attacks. Back up, Seraph. We faced worse than this. I slam the hilt of my warhammer against the ground to get VECNA's attention, hoping to taunt him and give Pyra an opening.
I force myself up with a painful groan, slipping into the shadows cast by Thoradin's shield. Using the cover, I creep along the edge of the room towards VECNA's altar, searching for an artifact or weak point that might sever his connection to his dark magic. "Let's see how you like fighting on our terms, Boneface," I whisper under my breath.
I rise to my feet, forcing the words of a prayer from my lips despite the suffocating aura of VECNA's magic. I clutch my holy symbol tightly, directing my focus toward Wisp, and invoke Kelemvor's name to cast sanctuary on him. May Kelemvor's shadow shield you from harm. Death does not seek you today.
VECNA's eyes gleam with malevolent amusement, his voice echoing in the chamber. "Pitiful mortals, you dare defy me?" He clenches his fist, and the ground beneath the adventurers cracks, summoning skeletal hands that claw at their legs. Pyra's molten sphere crashes against his chest, momentarily disrupting his spell, but not before Thoradin is grabbed and dragged to the ground by the undead appendages. Wisp, now shielded by divine magic, dodges the grasping hands and spots a black gem pulsating with dark energy on the altar, VECNA's source of power.
I ignite the ground around the skeletal hands, grabbing Thoradin's legs, creating a ring of intense flames to force them to release him. "Let go of my friend, you decrepit fiends!"
I bellow a mighty war cry and swing my warhammer at the skeletal hands holding me, aiming to shatter them into pieces. You're gonna have to do better than that, you bag of bones.
I dart forward, the sanctuary protecting me from harm, and grab the black gem from the altar, hoping its removal will sever VECNA's power. Gotcha, Sparkles!
I focus my attention on the decayed hands curling around Thoradin, raising my holy symbol high and invoking the power of Kelemvor to cast Turn Undead. Return to the dust from whence you came, forsaken souls.
VECNA snarls, dark magic coiling around him in a fierce tempest. With a violent motion, he reaches out, and a storm of necrotic energy surges forth, aiming to rip Wisp apart as he holds the black gem. Pyra's flames sear the skeletal hands, freeing Thoradin momentarily, but VECNA's attack hits Wisp hard, sending him crashing into the altar with a sickening thud. Meanwhile, Seraph's Turn Undead spell shatters the skeletal grasp on Thoradin. But now the entire room pulses with the necromancer's wrath, dark shadows crawling towards the adventurers with renewed ferocity.
I focus my energy, drawing a circle in the air with my finger and creating an inferno ring around VECNA's feet to trap him in a blazing zone, aiming to weaken his dark powers and slow his movements. Burn in the fire of your own hubris, VECNA.
I scramble to my feet, using my shield as leverage, then charge at VECNA with my warhammer raised high, aiming for a devastating strike to knock him off balance. Ye don't scare me, Lich. Have a taste of dwarven fury.
I stagger to my feet, clutching the black gem tightly while glancing around for something useful. I notice a shadowy crevice behind VECNA's throne. Time for a quick disappearing act, I mutter before using my acrobatics to dash towards the crevice, aiming to hide and investigate the gem's properties.
I walk towards Wisp, reaching out my hand to transfer a soothing aura and cast Cure Wounds to mend his injuries. Death's grip is not for you today. Rise with Kelemvor's grace.
The chamber trembles under the intensity of VECNA's wrath. As Pyra's inferno ring encircles him, his skeletal form flickers with dark flames, but he does not falter. With a guttural roar, he focuses his malevolent energy on Thoradin, sending a lance of necrotic power that strikes the dwarf square in the chest, knocking him back with tremendous force. Shadows become animate, writhing towards Seraph and Wisp, seeking to ensnare them as Vecna's desiccated eyes burn with unholy vengeance.
I channel the intensity of my inner fire, summoning a meteor from above to crash through the ceiling and aim it directly at Vecna, hoping the impact will scatter his dark energy and disrupt his focus. Get ready to feel the might of the heavens, Vecna.
I grit my teeth and push myself up from the ground, my chest burning from the necrotic power. Using the momentum, I roll to my feet, raise my shield, and sprint towards Vecna, aiming to tackle him to the ground and disrupt his concentration. Yeah, magic's nothing but parlor tricks to me, you skeletal bastard.
I duck under the writhing shadows, clutching the black gem tightly. I toss a small smoke bomb at Vecna's feet to further obscure his vision and disrupt his spell casting. Catch me if you can, bonehead.
I raise my holy symbol high, channeling the divine power of Kelemvor to cast spirit guardians, summoning spectral reapers to encircle us and protect against the shadows. The reapers come for the wicked. May their scythes cleave through your unholy essence, Vecna.